Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And it is your preview show, Manchester United versus Burnley. Yes, everyone, welcome to the Man United Agenda, and it is back, and football is back after the disappointed 1-1 draw against Newcastle United. I am Solo, and I'm joined with TalkMU on Monday, and as always, Mr. B. Hello, guys. How are we doing today?
Yes.
Right. After all the Christmas turkey and everything, how's everyone actually feeling? Because I've not been on here since Christmas. I know, Talk, you made us jealous by all that chocolate, and then on Monday you just smashed it with all the chocolates.
Oh, yeah, but hey, hold on. I've got 1, 2, 4. I've got 4 boxes of chocolates, man. Someone's trying,
and you're hiding it from us.
Trying to give me diabetes.
On Monday, you see how he's staying, yeah? He's hiding behind the whole thing there, not showing us nothing and keeping them all to himself.
Do you know what the best thing is? It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, because it's like I've got Cadbury milk tray, I've got Hotel Chocolat, I've got Lindt, and I've got these really fancy little like truffly things from some little place in London. Don't know what they're called, but I can't pronounce the name. I think it's like something like Ibrahimovic, something like that.
Top one. Monday, have you finished all those chocolate, or are you going to sit there? Mr. B's only a few minutes around the road from corner from you. Come on.
All the chocolate's got some Ferrero Rochers left over, but I'm not really a chocolate man. I've been eating food and drinking drink. The juices, that sort of thing. And I've had a really good time. It's good to be off work. Sorry, Solo. It is good to be off work for me. I'm enjoying it. I've got my feet up every day. I'm getting up late, and I'm enjoying life right now. And looking forward to the new year, and looking forward most of all to Man United. Can't wait to see them play tomorrow and prove everyone wrong again.
Yeah. And Mr. B, you're literally 2 minutes down the road from him, and you know he didn't even give you a chocolate, did he?
No, not one Ferrero Rocher, but it's all right. I know he's got them left. The show's only going to be a little while, so on Monday, 10 minutes after the show.
Oh, brilliant. But you know what as well, Mr. B? I think the reason why he didn't give you any is because his swearing jar is almost full.
Not from me. No. Is it from me?
There's a couple of quid in it. There's a couple of quid from the last show. Definitely a couple of quid in there from last show.
No.
The only thing I've ever heard Mr. B say is...
Yeah, you did. On the preview show, you did.
You did. It's always said bar steward.
Yeah. Did I cuss?
Oh, he's trying to pull a wool over our eye.
Hopefully we get the right results, so we don't need to be swearing tomorrow, Mr. B.
There you go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, happy.
So, guys, welcome. No swear words today for you, Mr. B. No swear word. So, everyone, welcome to the Man United Agenda. Smash that like, share, and subscribe button. And we are on the road to... on the road to 1.5K. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this. So let's kickstart the show. And what a disappointed week. Ralph Rangnick has come out and basically said that the performance against Newcastle wasn't the ideal performance he needed. The team lacks sort of intensity, and what we're talking about that is they're talking about physicality, but in hindsight, what he was probably trying to say was about putting 110% in. And we always said it on the show. For me, I always come back with it always happens when we play against a small club, small team who is doing very bad. I did say it on the show regarding the Sheffield United results. So on Monday, whilst we kickstart in, let's give us a lowdown on your assessment from Newcastle going into this game.
Well, yeah, I think everyone's disappointed about the draw and the result. Not just that, but this performance. And I picked out a few key things for me is that we're playing players in the wrong position. One thing we always expect the players to give 100%. That kind of thing, I leave that to Ralph and the psychological guys on the team to get them motivated. But I'm talking about the playing style and everything else. And I'm picking out the 2 6s and the 2 10s. They need to be performing better. Rashford should not be playing that deep or be playing wide. Just put him up top to finish off goals. Same with Greenwood. We need ball players in the 10 position that don't give the ball away, because we gave the ball away too much, and we need the 2 6s as well. They need to be have a bit more technique than Fred and McTominay. So those are the 2 highlighting factors for me. If we want to play the system and keep possession in their half, keep away from our goalkeeper, and keep the fullbacks pressing high and giving us a lot of width and bringing them in, we need to not be 1, giving the ball away, 2, controlling the game, and 3, having the 2 6s who can distribute the ball a lot quicker and a lot more confidently than we've got at the moment.
And Mr. B, obviously, go and talk about your boy Rashi. It seems like in the game against Newcastle, he was trying to almost like hog tight to the wing, to the left wing, where obviously the formation we're playing at the moment is like the 4-2-2-2 formation we're playing. So is it something that where Ralph said in training, it seems like everyone's training very well. They've got everything down to how they want to do it. So when it comes to in-game play, why aren't we seeing the same thing what he's seen in training?
You're asking me, bro. I don't have a clue. I don't understand. I'll be honest. I don't understand it. If you've been told one thing in training and you go out on the pitch and do something else, then it's something that you're not doing right. So it's something that Ralph has to change. I mean, the 4-2-2, we're under the impression that it's a narrow formation. Fine. If it's going to be wide, let it be wide with 1 wide play, then everybody drifts over to that side, maybe. But the fact that, as you're saying, Rashford stayed wide, that had to have been an instruction somewhere. I mean, our fullbacks didn't get up the pitch at all. So I think there's a lot of egos being bruised at the moment. And I'm not sure the players are able to take the non-love that's being given at the moment. Right now, he's looking at things not as favourites. Don't forget, none of the coaching staff are there anymore. So they're not whispering in his ear, oh, he's good at this, he's good at that. He's now learning these players from scratch. And I think a lot of them are proving that they're not good enough at the moment.
Yeah, and talk going on to that as well. Do you think it's a mental block for the players, or do you just think the players at Man United for the last few seasons, sort of like from you going back from probably David Moyes going to say David Moyes we're going to go to, then we're going to go to Jose, then from Jose we probably LVG a little bit. Then you go to sort of your Marino and stuff like that, and then it's SHAH. Do you think the players are too comfortable at Manchester United right now, rather than going out and playing for the badge? Do you think it's become a more comfort rather than putting your body on the line for the club?
I mean, look, you're always going to be comfortable if you're not pushed, for your position, week in, week out, and there's somebody right there ready to sort of, prove they're better than you, and get ahead of you. There's a lot of positions where that isn't the case. In terms of everything else, I think there's just a lot of confusion at the club amongst the team. You know what I mean? There's been so many different styles of play, so many different instructions, so many different coaches in a short space of time. When you go back to what we used to have, this long, stable relationship between players and set up the coaching and manager and everything else. So I think there's a bit of that play as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, Rushmana, I just saw his comment, just came up on the screen, but I was just going to come to on Monday after you and ask on Monday that question. Do you believe the players at Man United now have been found out? That's the reason why they throw in a fit about the situation. The manager have come in the club and said, well, I'm not going to accept this. What you guys are doing is below path. Ronaldo has been getting critiqued a lot as well at the moment at the club, because he's come in and it's almost like everything's stirred up a little bit. Is Mcguire the captain of Man United? Can he captain Man United? Is he a leader at the club on Monday?
Very simply, anything that's done in the dark always comes to light. And I think if there is an issue about players' character and not putting the work in, and there's a clicks or whatever, it will come to light now. Now we've got a new manager in, because I think Ollie was like, I kept saying, cutting people's toenails and let people get away with murder. And now we've got a manager comes in who's demanding more from them, and then we're going to see who's sweating right now and who's really not up for it. So yeah, bring them out in the light, as Trump would say, empty the swamp and expose everything. You know, it's good because that way at least we as fans can no longer speculate. We will know by who he gets rid of and who doesn't play, who the bad apples are.
Yeah, and with that as well, Mr. B, obviously in the club right now, it seems like there's a lot of bad apples within the club at Man United. Because for me, as I've been saying it for ages, there's a lot of players at that club who probably just pay for a wage pack, and that's all they're there for. There's probably about 3 players I can pick off my hand who I would sit there and say they'll give blood, sweat, and tears for that club. The rest of the players we've got at the club, I just look at and just think to myself, would you get in, even as bad as it sounds, would they get in the Arsenal team? That's how bad it is.
First things first, I'm not going to go as far as that. I'm not comparing anything that we do to Arsenal. But I will say that I think a lot of those players have been in their comfort zone for too long. Everything they call is they want a manager who's soft, who doesn't moan at them tactically. So they brought in Oli because Jose was this ruthless guy. Towards Oli's end, we're not winning nothing because on the training ground, he doesn't want to do this. Fine. As Rashmano said, they've got a manager who in here now who doesn't give a shit. And the players now don't like it. Training after leaving training at 5 o'clock. Oh, Diddums, you know, with their big Range Rovers and their Bentleys. It's a shame, but let the hard work start now. The good thing is he's come. He's seen a few things. I'm hoping that he doesn't have to get 200 million. He gets enough to buy a player or two. Gets rid of a couple of players who we all know don't want to be there. Try and get some unity back into the club. And I mean, look, we've still got Champions League to look forward to. Let's be honest, we've still got Champions League to look forward to. So let's not blow it all now in January. Yeah, the league may be gone. Maybe. Actually, the league is gone.
It's gone. City is
top four's not. You know, so let's buckle down the hatches, and these players need to adjust to the style of the manager that's in place, because he's the manager that's in place. At the end of the day, if they don't perform and we finish playing in the Conference Pay Cup next year, these are probably going to be the players who are going to be moaning, you know, because they're going to have to get a wage cut. So do the job on the pitch, deal with it, and let's get on with it.
And talk for you as well. It's from players are not putting 100% in, and I know one word you're going to come up with, so I'm waiting for you to use that word. Come on, tell us the word you're going to use.
I don't know which word.
You use one word.
You've carried greatness.
There you go. Tell us. Talk
yeah, no, listen. I mean, we have to remember it though as well. Like I just talked about, with all the different styles, different instructions, all the blah blah blah. I mean, we've not really got anything out of it, and now we're talking about a kind of almost a change of culture at the club in terms of what we're required in playing style. So it is going to take a bit of time for the players to first mentally adjust to the changes that are going to be required in order to, you know, get through the training days that they're going into, and make, you know, and all secondly absorb what it is they're being asked to do. You know, they're going to have to match up and go and watch. They're being told stuff in training, physical training. They will no doubt be going off then into rooms, looking at video footage, the video analysis, going home then trying to make sense of that. You know, so you're trying to put the two and two together in a time and space that is, what's the word? You know, productive in terms of you being able to absorb and meld them together. So that's when you go back into training, you understand when you're given a certain instruction, because we're people talking about, you know, what Ralph's the system, the 4-2-2, you know, with the pressing and getting up, defending from the front, creating traps, blah 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 blah. That's a lot of more information to take in than what they were used to under, i.e., you know, Ollie. I'm not having a go at Ollie or anything when I say that, but there's a lot more technical nuances involved in what we're trying to do. So for me, I'm not too concerned at this stage. But what I will say is, yeah, the games are running out for players to hide, and the light is slowly being shone on them.
Okay, so thank you. If you're liking the content, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, just hit the subscribe button. So should we probably do 1 or 2 comments on Monday, and then we're going to move into the actual preview show?
Yeah, just want to say hi to Christmas time and Vaughan. Hi
Yeah.
to Matthew Bassett. I'm going to start with Matthew. He says, first of all, big up everyone.
Big up.
He wants to see Ahmad and Sancho as the two wide number 10s, left-footed, right-footed, and Donny in the middle of a double pivot
This is my
with
team.
Rakitic and with Ronaldo and Cavani up front. So that leaves
This is
out
my team.
Bruno, and it's very good. Yeah, I think Dalala, Ahmad, and Sancho as two 10s. It sounds perfect for me. We would like to see Ahmad, yeah. So I'm really down with Matthew Bassett. He's talking a lot of sense. Don't you think, Mr. B?
That's my team. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. He's talking about Ahmad, who's going to listen to instruction and got a point to prove. Sancho, he has to play. I don't care what anybody says to me. Sancho's time's going to come. And then he played Donny because we're going to keep holding the football in a deep lying position as one of the pivots. I'm telling you, man, Burnley won't have nothing on that.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
see,
totally agree.
with that as well, if you notice as well, Donny came on against Newcastle, and what he came on, he did a lot more than what Greenwood did in the sort of first half. So Sancho has to start.
Sorry,
Donny.
Sorry, Donny. Oh,
I'm moving on. Say hi to Shimano. How you doing, man? He says these players are finally getting found out, as we were discussing a minute ago. They no longer have anyone to hide behind or blame. Christian Time Vaughan says, I see two main issues. First was how our defensive line was so deep. It's supposed to be quite high up the pitch, and the fullbacks couldn't get into the half spaces. And secondly, was zero movement up front, even from Cavani. Found it really strange. Just going to one of the last comments from he's asking here. There's a doubt from Christian Time Vaughan. I've noticed this over the last few weeks.
yeah, he said it. He's always said it.
He's worried about Ralph, and he's sort of
He's been consistent with it. He's been
consistent. So I'd like to know more details about this. What is exactly? So he's saying, are you still on board with Ralph? I'm saying yes. Don't know about you guys. And he's saying he gets more and more worried every day. Ahmad's in talks with Feyenoord for a loan deal. Sorry to blow your buzz there, Mr. B, but your dream of Matt Bassett's formation and lineup seems to be going down the pan with a Feyenoord link for Ahmad, who does need game time, doesn't he? And there's a few. Sorry, go ahead, talk.
No, I was going to say what style of football do Feyenoord play? So I don't follow Feyenoord. So is he going to go into a setup that is similar to what we're wanting to do?
Probably not, but at the same time, it's game time. It's going to be game time.
Okay, just say something about this though. If he's impressed in training, if he's going to the African nations for a month,
yeah.
So wouldn't it? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hopefully, it's just rumours. I think he should stay at the club. I think there's opportunities there if we keep playing the system. Shall we start petitioning? Me, you, and Matthew.
Yeah,
Solo, because Solo, remember you were saying earlier about what you could identify these 3 players that were on it for the club who were showing that desire and everything else. We want Christian Vaughan wants you to name and shame the players that you called them out. They called out the ones that you.
Well, the only 3 players I can see at Man United who's been doing really well and actually.
No, not the ones who are doing really well. Just for me and Christian Vaughan. Can you name 3 players you feel who are failing the club at the moment?
Rashford. At the moment, literally, yeah. So you got Rashford at the moment for me, who's literally. Everything about him right now, his head's not in the game right now. Looking at him, I don't know whether or not it's fitness. I don't know what it is for him, but right now he doesn't look like the Rashford probably of last season. Whether or not it's something to do with the injury when he came back with the injury, or I don't know, is it COVID? I ain't got a clue, but it just doesn't seem like he's that player. Then I'll look now at Mcguire. Mcguire's been awful all season. He needs to be rested or something needs to be given with him. Obviously, we had Luke Shaw this season. Luke Shaw has been fantastic last season, but he just hasn't come back the player he was last season. Wan-Bissaka, you've been looking at him and there's more and more sort of mistake. He's being found out more and more now with each game he has played, even though he hasn't played since Ralph's been there. But at the same time, like Newcastle game, say for instance, the other day, they both left back and right back got found out. Anyone who's got a bit of trickery and a pace, that's it.
But you know what? Listen, Solo, you know as well as I do because you played the game. It's what the best way when you come in and you're a brave manager like Ralph is. He knows that there's no point in him coming in and getting players to one side in his office, wherever, having conversations about how they're playing right now, and you need to improve, kid. You know, I need you to do this and I need you to do that, and then playing them. And then the next game, all right, well, you didn't quite do it, but this game, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, and then playing them. That does not work. If you keep playing and playing and playing, he needs to drop these players. They have to be dropped
as well. Scott's been terrible. Scott's been awful. I know everyone criticised Fred, but again, Fred got taken off against Newcastle. And what was it? One of the most interception out of all the Man United players. Basically break up play. He was like number one for most of the things before he got subbed off, but yet Fred got taken off. But Scott, who made loads of mistakes. Mr. B, you're shaking head. Stats don't lie. Stats don't lie.
Do you know what?
The stats there for him.
I don't care what stats you tell me, bro. He's had 3 good games for us, and those are the 3 games that he's just played.
So Fred
has gone back to Fred. He had a new manager bounce.
So if you say Fred's gone back to Fred, why is no one's calling for Scott? Scott's been terrible the whole season. Scott's been the best of both two.
Listen, I would drop both of them. I would.
No, but I'm saying at the moment United not dropping them, but everyone's criticizing Fred, who's had a better season than Scott. But Scott, people are sitting there going, "Oh, let's play Scott because he's a Man United youngster."
No, I'm not.
He come through the youth system.
He's had a better 5 games than Scott by what 4?
No, he hasn't though. Scott, go on. Sorry.
He's played better than Scott McTominay. What level is Scott on to say that Fred is played that much better than him? Fred has played half decent, and Scott's been his normal shit self. That's why we don't dominate midfields, bro.
Actually, by MAISEY scores, it would be like Scott's been playing a 3 and Fred's been playing a 2. But let's praise.
All right, fine. All right, then. So exactly, you understand. Their levels have been so low. It doesn't matter what they've been playing, bro. They have been shit. This season, last season, Fred's had 4 games where he's able to run up. Fred, you jigging in your pants. Oh, Fred. Fred has gone back to being what Fred is. Fred is crap. Yeah, we've got 2 crap central midfielders that our club seem to be holding on to for all of this time. Now, during the transfer window, we've got a manager who has seen beyond all of this Man United youth team grown-up bluster. McTominay is 25 years old, no? His ceiling is reached, bro. His ceiling is reached. Rangnick can't work with these players. I'm looking forward to the January transfer window and this Burnley game that we're supposed to actually be talking about.
Well, we will go into the Burnley game, but now we come on topic a little bit.
Finish with one last comment because did ask that question. We did actually ask Vaughan about what's the issue he has with Ralph, and he's just summarised here by saying, "I'm worried about a few things: his track record, the fact his style of football is more suited to mid-table, low-budget teams, lack of width, and lack of emphasis on possession." So, thanks for breaking that down.
Okay, so Man United versus. Let's start off with Man United. Burnley, let's kick it off. So Burnley, Man United tomorrow will be without the service of 3 first-team players tomorrow at Old Trafford. So Paul Pogba is still out with 5 problems. Victor has got his got COVID, and Bruno Fernandes suspended due to the fact that he picked up the yellow cards, the 5th yellow cards. Now, for me, the main one is, and it might not even come. I want it to come true, but I don't think it will. And I think it was going to be Donny van de Beek tomorrow to come in instead of obviously Bruno, who's suspended, and Jadon Sancho to take the place of Mason Greenwood. Edison Cavani hopefully has earned his stripe. As much as people are saying about his age and everything like that, he came in against Newcastle, and to be honest with you, he was probably our best player. So, apart from David De Gea. And then to partner Cristiano Ronaldo, Luke Shaw might be in contention as well to come back, but the rumor is that Rangnick will still stick with Fred and Scott. Mr. B, kick off with you. Yeah.
Have you got a picture of that team that you just waffled on about? All I
have got my team up. I've got my team up.
I want to see. Yeah, put it up. I want to see it. Right.
This is my team for tomorrow.
Let me blow my screen up because you know I'm short-sighted. See, okay, for a start, I'm not playing Mcguire. I'm not playing Scott.
Who are you gonna play? Because the thing is out still. Bailly is out and Lindelof's out as well.
Where's Bailly out? Bailly's been
He's out.
recalled. No, he's been recalled to come back to help with preparation for the game. I'm going to ask you something. Monday, I know you asked me this earlier on, and I didn't answer it because I kind of wanted to save it for this show. Why is a manager going to fly a player all the way from the African nations for him to sit on the subs bench? Well, don't you think that would kill his morale as a player?
Not necessarily.
No, really. Fly me 3,000.
But the problem is, you can either have him flying back from that country, or you can play Phil Jones. Which one are you going to pick?
No, it's got nothing to do with play. You bring him to play the game instead of Mcguire.
I still think Mcguire, because I don't know if you know it. There's the rumor is if Mcguire presents himself fit at Manchester United, he plays, and that's part of his contract. If he declares himself fit, he plays.
Please, somebody. I know we're not all into contracts and all of that, but please let me know if anybody else has heard that clarification. I can't believe the size of Manchester United is going to put that into a contract. Ollie was an idiot. That's why Ollie played him when he said he was fit.
As much as you said that, you got to remember we're run by Muppets at the club, so anything is possible.
There's no way, Solo. Bruv, there's no way a club is putting that into a match. Please, somebody give me clarification before I go like that. Sorry, let me carry on where I was changing. Right, so yeah, Scott doesn't play. I play Van der Beek in Scott's position, and I play Ahmad where you've got Donny. That's the team that I'm playing. I know they've got these big brutes at Burnley, but Burnley don't play through midfield. Burnley are going to be whacking the ball straight over our midfield anyway. To who's their two forward guys, and guess what? They play 4-4.
Chris Woods, yeah. I think.
Chris Wood and Jay Rodriguez. Yeah. Jay Rodriguez as well.
Yeah.
I don't see Mr. Beek. I can't. Listen, I know Ahmad's a great talent, but I cannot see him being like thrown at first in a game against Burnley. Don't forget, Burnley they played this 4-4-2 now more consistently than any other team in Europe. They played this 4-4-2 more consistently than any other team.
Players are dead, bro.
No, I know what you're saying, but he hasn't got the experience, Ahmad, to deal with that kind of.
He's going to get bullied.
What do you classify experience? If we've got if you've got a player in the two number sixes who could pass the ball, what does he have to worry about if he's picking the ball up? He has to worry if he has to be going up for headers. If football's played on the floor, bro.
No, I know what you're saying, but I still...
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to work out, because we can't say it's a Burnley pitch that's going to be bumpy. That pitch is going to be in immaculate condition. The weather hasn't been bad. So, to me...
It's Old Trafford.
Yeah, sorry. There you go. It makes it even worse. Sorry. It's at Old Trafford. It's a bloody carpet. So I don't understand why, if he wants to play possession-based football, because I know... Christmas time with Vaughan said about possession-based football. I see it slightly different. I see it's possession-based football, but when we lose the ball, we win it back and keep hold of it again. That's how I had it in my head. Maybe that's completely wrong, and maybe it's wrong because the players who are actually playing cannot do that. But that's how I had it in my head, the fact that we kept possession of the ball, but when we lost it, we tried to win it back.
Yeah, but that's the only key. The reason why we lose the ball and lose possession is mainly it happens from around the midfield area because we haven't got players who can control it.
Thank you. Right. So eliminate one of them.
Yeah, but is young Ahmad? Are we going to have enough sort of confidence in his abilities there? We know that his technical ability, but it's his physical ability and his understanding of positional play. Not just of his own, but also of the opposition, how they're going to try and work the space around him. That can be a problem when you've not got the experience and played against a sort of enough kind of different teams that play different types of football. And that's probably why he has been sort of earmarked for a loan to Feyenoord.
I mean, okay then, but then don't you think that I'm looking at it this way at the moment? we've got players in our team who are showing no football IQ for the position that they're supposed to be playing in.
I know what you're going
So,
to say. You know,
so no, I'm not calling out no name. Just saying certain players in. So surely, if you've got a player who is used to playing in that role, I understand everything you're saying about experience, but this is a player in our club who he's been able to see. I mean, look, even Alanga, give Alanga the chance. He moved as soon as he came in. He moved Alanga onto that subs bench. So maybe he's seen something in Alanga then. So maybe he could then play. Okay, forget Ahmed. He could play Alanga in the position that you've got Donny in, but still play Donny in Scott's position maybe. But I just think there needs to be a change in a couple of those positions where we're able, one, to create when we get into the 2-10 positions, and somebody who can hold and find a pass in one of the sixes instead of being rats running up and down left and right trying to win back the ball. And when they've got it, what do you do with it? Nothing. You need somebody who's going to at least be able to win the ball back and find a pass, play with their head up. That's more what I'm thinking about.
Monday.
Yeah, just want to say great graphics again. Looks really neat. I like the back four. I think Mcguire should play. Obviously, when you talk about guys like Chris Wood and these big 6'4", 11 of Burnley, they're all massive, aren't they? We need Mcguire. Mcguire wins his headers. No other player wins his headers like Mcguire does. Well, not quite. And you want him to lead the line as well, with the fullbacks there as well. You know, Varane, he's a stand-in. He's got to play. The mid, like Mr. B and TALKMU were saying, I think it does. The key thing is those four midfielders there. I like Cavani. I think Cavani should start with Ronaldo. I would like to see Donny 100% play. I like to see him play for Bruno, because he seems to be the replacement for Bruno. So when Bruno does actually get a ban, he's got to come in and replace him. So I want to see him there as a 10 with Sancho, and I want to see Matic come in for that bit of experience, bit of a ball retention, something we keep giving the ball away. This is what's been said a lot of the time, and the distribution as well. He can control it. He's a big 6'4" guy as well, bit of a unit. He doesn't give the ball away. So I play him with McTominay and drop Fred to the bench. But otherwise, yeah, I like your team, Soda.
Talk.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't change it, if I'm honest with you. I like that setup there. Again, with what OMONDI was saying about the back line bang on. We just want to make sure that when we're attacking, we want to see Dalot and Tellers, high up, more or less alongside the positions where Fred and McTominay are. But Fred and McTominay getting obviously higher up, and then one of them, as we've seen in the game against Newcastle, we pointed out. I mean, OMONDI noticed one was staying and one was kind of going, even though they're supposed to stay together. We noticed that kind of that interplay going on between those two. So Donny van de Beek is a baller. He is an absolute baller. He can control the ball. He can work the space. He can get in between the lines. He can see a pass, and that's also I believe Donny van de Beek has got enough in his game to be able to hold the ball up and actually control the tempo. If he's getting enough assistance and out balls, sort of safety balls into either Scott or Fred, if they're in good spaces as well, then I think we could actually control that midfield and keep the ball ticking around in that midfield area. And when you do get your opportunities for Dalot or Tellers to bomb forward, depending on which side we think is going to be their weakest, then you've got an option on whichever side to go down as well as an outlet, to put pressure on them. So, but on Cavani and CR7, say no more. Devastating.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And I should be kicking in a minute. So, Amanda, would you like to go through some of the comments? Actually, before we do that, we got a super chat from GMS Limited. Thank you so much.
Nice one, man. It says, keep up the good work. Everyone get subscribing. Thank you so much, man. That's lovely.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Right.
So the comments, just going through the comments now.
Sorry. I just have to ask you one question.
Yeah.
What does Mcguire have to not do for Man United for you to consider?
Yeah, good call.
All right, so let's put it this way. I think it's the unseen things as a centre back that he does really well that people don't really admire. when we have set pieces against us, he will win headers. When we're playing up against a Burnley on a cold winter's night like tonight, he will win his headers. Okay, I will highlight his weakness. His weakness is when you got players bombing on at him and running at him, and he has to turn quickly. Sharp players in the Premiership, that's his weakness. The thing is to protect him by having a good formation, good shape, and we'd be okay. But when it comes to winning headers, he's one of the best in the league. When it comes to bringing the ball out of defence and passing to feet, high percentage, always reaches target. He drives forward like that. He's very good for a big man to drive forward.
What about getting back? What about getting back?
He might not be the fastest, but this is where it comes about organisation. If you communicate correctly,
Can I say
if
something?
one man goes forward, if one man goes forward, as they're saying here, Matic would fill in naturally because he's got the intelligence to do that. He would actually fill in and fill those gaps.
So he's not making. So he's not making it.
Last thing, I think Mcguire, you'll be hard pressed to find maybe 6, 7 better centre backs in the Premier League at the moment than him. He's England's number one for the last 5 years, and we only have to watch his game as a defender to demonstrate why he is that. He's a great defender of the ball as well. Tough guy.
Okay. Maradona was world number one once, right?
Yeah.
That eliminates him being the best defender for the last 5 years. You're talking about him running out of defence with the football and Matic dropping back. So we're not even making it being an extra man in midfield because we've had to cover him because we know he's going to give the ball away and he's not going to be able to get back. So what's the point of him running? Why didn't he pass the ball to Matic and stay with him?
Please, I have to respond. Okay, fair enough. That's a great point you make. I think it was the game against Crystal Palace when we were struggling. I felt we were comfortable. You guys would do the commentary. Our first half, oh my God, we're not doing this, whatever. What made the difference was him making that run in where Crystal Palace was set up to deal with us man to man. But once he made that run into, once we were camping him back, and then he in the second half started making runs into the spaces, it really unsettled them, and that's how we got our goal. So that, and I think that's crucial. Things that people don't really say that's an assist for him, or whatever. I think that was a crucial part to us scoring that goal against Crystal Palace. Him making an extra run where they had to come, someone had to pick him up eventually, and then that left space open for other people. But granted, I do expect people to have the mentality to say if he goes forward, Shivram might shuffle over and cover his space just in case, that kind of thing. So it has to be a lot of telepathic communication as well involved in that.
Can I say something to you, dear, on Monday? We keep talking about this double pivot. Could it be a case of the reason we play this double pivot? Okay. So Scott and Fred's playing, do you think it's because of the centre-backs pairing? That's the reason why we play this formation?
No. When we look at the system, let's look at the system we play. Ideally, we want to be as far away from the goalkeeper as possible. That means the centre-backs will be standing on the halfway line. That's high up the pitch. That's what you call a high line. And the fullbacks will be pushing up as wingers. They'll be far away, once we got the ball. It's about all having possession of the ball, if it works. Then you have two in front of the centre-backs. You're going to have the two number 6s. Their responsibility is to turn over the ball. If we lose the ball, they pick up the spaces for the break. That will be covering that area where Trent got exposed the other day, where behind the fullbacks, and picking up the ball like that and then giving it, recycling it. That's their job. And if they're good and intelligent, they'll pick up positions to prevent any kind of counter. What we found when we camp people in their half, like we saw the other day in the game against Newcastle, they were having to crush the ball out because they were under pressure. They weren't able to play the ball out pretty nice, because you're compressing the space that they can play in. As soon as you push up, okay, as a defender, I only say to my defense, because people like to say, push up. I say, no, we push up when we've got the ball, not when they've got the ball. So we push up that way, the ball will go over the top into space behind. So you push up and compress the space to give the midfielders an opportunity to close down in a smaller area. It's like playing two half-sided games. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you squeeze in the space, and it makes it easier for people to close down and be on your back as soon as they've got no room to turn. That way, their outlet ball is always going to be pressured, and we can usually pick up the pieces. That's where these two number 6s come in. They can pick up the pieces like that, if it all works. So everything has to work. It's not just about the defenders. Every aspect of the team, from defence, the two midfielders, the two 10s, the two forwards, has to be all in tune for this system to work effectively. That's my point.
And also on that point, on Monday, that's how the transition works into the attack. When you talk about we win the ball back high up the pitch like that, within however many seconds it is. It's about 5 seconds. You're in attack mode because you're in a good shape to hurt them. Rather than everybody falling back and it all collapsing. We talked about this under Ollie. We were talking. We mentioned it many times about look at how our attacking shape just crumbles when we lose the ball, and then we find ourselves having to try and build the whole thing back up again. And that's hard work.
It's why it's worth persisting with a system that we know in theory can work and been proven before to work. So it's worth persisting with it because we saw against Crystal Palace. We've seen little hints of how it can work. Crystal Palace couldn't get out, because of the work that was done initially.
Yeah.
But the problem is, though, Omondi, as much as we're saying about the Crystal Palace games and controlling those sort of games, the games that we should be controlling, especially for me, I'm looking at the Newcastle game, and for me, that game is, I've never felt that low before in a very, very, very long time. I felt
because of the players weren't able to predict the ball.
Mason Greenwood is not a number 10.
Exactly.
Mason Greenwood is not a number 10, bro. And you can't. We said this during the game, and even before we went live, we were talking about the position, and we were saying, "Yeah, wait a minute, Mason Greenwood, he's not a number 10. How's he going to be able to, have that part of his game where he's going to need to, like we're talking about the finesse in passes? How many passes we see from Marcus and also Greenwood that didn't come off because that's not their game. They don't play that."
But again, you said earlier about obviously the instruction what the players got. So if the players get certain instruction, they've got to go out there, and if they're training well under that instruction, they've got to go out there and put that in game management.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They have to go do it.
Let me just say this. It's like, for example, I'll just give you an analogy here. When you're playing golf, for example, you practice.
Oh, here we go. Talking is not. If you guys hadn't heard it, it comes.
Listen. When you're playing golf, your practice swing, right? My practice swing looks as good as Tiger's when I'm practice swinging. As soon as I step up to the ball, it's all gone to crap, mate. It goes everywhere. You know what I mean? So,
but if you practice and practice in training, and you keep doing it.
But how many training sessions have they had where Ralph is saying to Mason Greenwood and Marcus, in these kind of spaces that you're going to find yourself in this formation, I want you to do this.
Yeah,
they're going to need time in order to add this to their game.
I hate to say this, and I'm going to use on Monday's thing. It's about the intelligence of the players. Are the players intelligent enough to use that and take the instruction to the pitch? Now we're at the stage now where it comes to, it seems it's not the managers. It's now looking at it, and it's the players. The players got to take some responsibility now. The managers, you cannot sit as much as we were cussing Ole. Well, we weren't really cussing Ole on here because we're not like that. We probably do it behind the scenes.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, but we're all going to point our things at Mr. B now.
Yeah, but the problem but the issue we've got at the moment is, and I think Gary Neville said it as well, these players we get every single manager sack. Something need to change. It has to change. I'd rather watch the youth players come through now and drop these people who thinks they're above board now and thinking, right, I can walk into training, I'm driving my big Mercedes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Play for the badge. You're a Manchester United player. Stop taking the money and play for the badge. If I was the manager, I'd find them. Give the money to charity. We're in a COVID pandemic right now. Give the money to charity out there. The people who ain't got a job.
Who else? Did Ollie take the risks that Ralph's taken? No. Did Jose take the risks that he's taking? No. Did Louis van Gaal? No. Did David Moyes? No. But Ralph's come in, he's taking these chances. And what's happening, we're going to see now is that light is going to slowly start to get, that shaft of light is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time he tries something new, it's going to get bigger and bigger. And if it is the players, then they are going to have absolutely nowhere to hide, no shadows to go hiding behind. It's going to become quite clear. And then the board and the staff and everybody at the club are going to go, yeah, wait a minute. Now then. Okay, so the eyes divert from the manager to the players. And then again, if it is a cultural thing at the club amongst the players themselves, then we are in real trouble. And I don't believe that's the case.
I think listen, I honestly believe it's a cultured thing at the club. I honestly believe, and it starts from the top. It's at the top. It starts from the people from the owners to the people who are buying players. Obviously now Ralph's in, so it's slightly probably going to change now, but you're looking at the players and you're looking at from top to bottom and you're thinking, what the hell's going on? I've always said we are a individual team. We're not a team that basically play together, individual.
Oh.
When there's little scraps going off, there's only 1 or 2 players who surround the referee or try to get in the middle of the scrap. The rest of the players is standing on the halfway line. I was watching a little bit highlight clip as well of Mcguire the other day, and Ronaldo is literally sitting there pulling Mcguire over to go speak to the referee. He's meant to be the captain. He's meant to be the leader. He's the one meant to be talking to the ref.
But I know what you're saying, but listen, think of it this way. With all the other managers, it's been like a beam of light pointed on certain aspects of the team, right? But now, like I said, there's a whole light being shone on it. And from top to bottom, them changes now that Ralph's is making right now are going to be noticed, and they're going to be absorbed upwards to the rest of the club. You've got to start the roots from the bottom. You can't grow a tree from the top down. It has to start from the bottom.
Unless you're in Jamaica, innit, talk. And you can,
Shush.
Guys, if you're out there, like the comment, smash the like, and subscribe to the Man United Agenda. I know on Monday don't really like talking about last 6 games, but if we talk about last 6 games, and then we will then talk about your score prediction. So the last 6 games, Man United, beating Burnley, drew 2-2. So is it high scoring? No, it's not really high scoring games, are they? Apart from the last game we played against Burnley, is going to be a hard team. It's going to be a tough task. I know we're Old Trafford. I'm not going to sit there to anyone and say we're going to absolutely annihilate them. I'm honestly not going to say. Let's go to a Monday. Sorry, I know you don't look.
I'm just curious. Can I ask a question? I'm looking at the L's and D's and the W's. So
thank you, Monday.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at that. So let's now go through them. Burnley lost. So this Burnley agenda, I'm not sure or not. So Burnley, the first game in 2018, Burnley at home.
Burnley lost 2-0.
Okay.
Then we drew 2-2.
Drew 2-2. And then Burnley lost again at home to Man United.
Yep, 2-0.
Okay. And then Man United won, or it says Man United are at home in this game, the 22nd of January, 2020.
Yeah, it's a good call. I just flagged that. Yeah, I saw that.
So that should be what? So did we win that game or lose that game? We won that game, clearly.
Yeah, I think we won that game. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Don't laugh at me, Mr. B, because this is in the index stat. Nothing to do with me.
I'm sure we didn't lose to Burnley like that last year, 2-0, not at home. So let's say that's a win for United. It should be 2-0, not 0-2. And then Burnley away. All right, so we've beaten Burnley. We've only got 1 draw, and the rest of them are wins based on that.
Yeah, we did get beat by Burnley 2-0. Do you remember?
Well, which one is that then? Is that the one?
I want to check it.
Okay. That was that one, 28th of December 2019.
Solo, this is why I said I don't like the last 6 games, because it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, all we need to know is that we've got a really good record on Burnley. I mean, the stats all for us is we've won 8, Burnley win 2, 21 goals for us, 9 goals to them, 8 clean sheets, 4 clean sheets. That's the end tail of it. But
it looks like there's only one. There's only one W there.
No. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
No. So Man United here won 3-1. So we won 3-1.
It says L.
So what have we got lost?
Yeah, it's Burnley lose.
It's Burnley lose.
Okay, so we got work.
Care about Burnley. So we've got to do that.
It's the Man United agenda, not the Burnley.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just. I'll put. Oh no, I can't. You can't see it. But anyway, just ignore the L's and D's. That's.
It's the wrong way around. Yeah, it's the wrong way around. Thing you're saying, yeah, they're the wrong way around.
But it don't really matter. I mean, we know
it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. I've used this loads of time, and you guys on Monday only just spotted it. So, Mr. B, where you been?
I spotted it straight away. Anyway,
I've always used it. It's the same website. Yeah.
Just to clarify, it looks like we've got a better record than them.
Yeah, we have got a better record than them.
So we expect the same. So when you come and ask my score based on that, I know what to say, and I want to see a clean sheet as well against Burnley. They're good at set pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, the one.
I remember last year they set piece scored against us, which was really annoying because they got the run on us because we were doing the zonal marking, and Mcguire, they got the run on Mcguire and James Tarkowski. Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Ibrahimovic.
All right.
Anatovic as well. You got Anatovic as well.
Yeah,
I love him. I
Arnautovic,
think he was a
Ibrahimovic.
baller, mate. I thought he was a baller.
I think
Yeah,
it's
he's a
James
good baller.
Tarkowski. He scored, and they got the run on us. So hopefully, with our defensive and set piece coaches, especially against games like this against Burnley, where they do rely a lot on the set pieces. And I remember when what's the name? Ralph came in. He said 30% of goals do come from set pieces. So 30% of the time training should be focused on set pieces.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that's
exactly.
where we're going to be hit tomorrow. This is where we're going to be hit on set pieces from Burnley. Because I think, is it 97 set pieces we've had this season and haven't scored from them apart from penalties?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. But also, we've got to, as I mentioned before, Burnley now they've not played the last 3 games have been postponed. So they've got like 3-4 games on some teams in hand. They've had loads of rest, and also, like I said before, they've not changed their formation for a long time. It's been so consistent with it. So they're like a machine. Burnley under Sean Dyche. You have to give Sean Dyche credit for that, which I do. I think Sean Dyche is a decent manager, for honest with you, because he has a budget. He has to work within his means, and he does.
And you know what though, Burnley.
Shout talk.
Okay, hear you, Solo. You've gone off. Have you pressed something?
Yeah, that's a good shout. What you're saying about Dice and Burnley. They had a record signing this year. What's his name? Maxwell Cornet from Lyon, 15 mil. That's a record signing for them. And he scored 5 in 9. And he might be out. He's had a thigh injury as well. But they don't spend much money, but they still maintain, don't they? So that's a great model to keep maintaining staying in the Premiership. Fair play to them.
Right, guys, we're going to look at score predictions. So let's do our score prediction. But before we go, hit them in, guys. Hit your score prediction in.
Okay, here we go, folks.
Hello everyone, Rebel here, bringing you my prediction for the Manchester United versus Burnley game live at Old Trafford on Thursday at 8:15. Manchester United have only lost 1 of their last 13 Premier League games against Burnley, a factor that will obviously give us much optimism. However, it does seem that Burnley do get more of their points against Manchester United at Old Trafford. In the last 9 seasons in the final fixture of the calendar year, we have not lost. The last loss that we took was against Blackburn in 2011. However, counter to that, Burnley have only lost 1 of their last 8, but they haven't scored in 3 and haven't found a win in 9 games. To that end, I'm saying Manchester United 1, Burnley 1.
Here is my preview for the Manchester United-Burnley match. It's played at Old Trafford. Jonathan Moss will be refereeing the game. Sure, that's all I'll get right. I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester United. We'll pick up the speed. We'll pick up the intensity. We'll pick up the energy that we were lacking in last game. We go 2 up top. It's got to be Cavani and CR7. Maybe Mason up there, but we got to leave Sancho and Rashford out on the wing. But I expect us to come back strong from our last match.
Lecture here again with the Manchester United preview, this time for Manchester United versus Burnley. After the performance, if you can call it that, against Newcastle, where we were lucky to come away with a 1-1 draw, I'm not very confident for us to go hammering away at Burnley, but last game we won 3-1, previous one before that we lost 2-0, so actually Burnley are capable of an upset, but yeah, I'm thinking Ralph will probably have dragged the lads over some hot coals, so I'm looking for at least a 2-1 win. Fingers crossed.
Hello, good evening to everybody at the Man United Agenda. My name is Jackie, and I just thought I'd come on and give my predictions for the Burnley game. Well, after my very poor prediction for the Newcastle game, and I was left up the Stretford end without a paddle, I've decided to go for 2-1 to United this time, not a 3-0 like I did the last time. Good luck, everybody, and Happy New Year to everybody at the Man United Agenda and to all the subscribers. Thanks, bye.
Nice
That was
one.
good. Yeah.
Can't hear you, Solo.
Hi, Jackie. That's brilliant.
Yes.
And all you guys, thanks
Yeah.
for the predictions, man. They're really good. It should be
Also, if
mainstay
anybody else
for
who
sure now.
in the chat, anybody who's in the chat, if you do on the next game, if you want to send us your score predictions, just find us on Twitter, let us know, and then we'll give you a place to upload your clip to, and then we'll edit it in and get you on, giving your score prediction.
It's good to put a face to the names as well. So yeah, that's brilliant. I love these things, and they've just changed my mind as well. I'm going to change my scoreline based on a couple of.
We've not had it yet.
We ain't had it yet.
Hold it back.
Hold it back.
Just remind me that what was that player from Sweden called who used to play for us?
Oh, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I nearly wet myself this afternoon because it was longer than that.
Oh, brilliant. Let's go through some of these score prediction quickly. So,
come on,
Anthony, Herbert, as always, 1-1.
All right. So go.
I'm very. Oh wow, 0-0. Hold on.
All the way from Puerto Rico, we got Alexandra. He said 3-0 to Man United.
Yes,
we've got a Stumpy says this is like from 1964. United 7, Burnley 3. That's a great result. Matthew said it's going to be 2-0 Sancho and Ronaldo. 3-0 again. There we've got a scrappy 2-1 or 1-1, same like what Red Bull was saying from Rush. He says, "Hey, big up Richard. How you doing? And any other score lines? No.
Yep. Live over in Red TV.
1-1. Big up.
And then we also
big up Red
got
TV, man. Nice to see you.
We've also got, who else is it? We've got Christmas time. When is he going to change his name? Christmas is finished.
Yeah, Christmas is gone now, Vaughn. You got to change.
He's gone for 1. He's gone for 0-0.
That's very positive.
On Monday, just give it to us. 1-0. Yep, done. Let's go.
Yeah, I am saying 1-0. I think we first of all, let's get that clean sheet. Let's go back to what we did against Norwich and Crystal Palace. Let's not get frustrated with the team. It was, like you said, it's taken a bit longer than we thought, taking baby steps towards this sort of system. Once it's locked in, we will start firing all cylinders. But I'm going to say 1-0 to Man United.
It's the B.
I want a battery. See, the thing is, no, listen. I understand what Omondi is saying about
what you want and what Man United give you is different.
I'm just going to give my explanation first and just put it into a mental way. Omondi, if you win 1-0 and you've controlled the game, you know, there's always the chance. If you win 4-0, you are so gassed and so vibesy going into the next game that whatever Rangnick tells you that next week you're going to do, that's why I want it to be that explosion of, I want him to change up the team, and I want it to be this an explosion of all of these players saying, I've got in the team, I'm not going to lose my place. What I'm expecting is a 1-1.
oh, Mr. B took it away from me. That's my Mr. B. I normally give the little thing and then go right around the circle, then come back to the beginning.
One anticlimax.
Oh, brilliant. Sorry, guys, there's 13 in the chat. Can we get roughly, let's hit what, 35 to 40 35 to 40 likes before we come off streaming.
Let's go.
Talk. Let's go. We can do this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game. I think they are going to try and bully us. They're going to have them two roaming, you know, maybe with some help from another midfielder, but they're going to have them in the low block. So it's important that we're going to have to move the ball quickly, get it out to the wide players, get crosses across the box. But I think I'm going to go with James McManus. I think it's going to be a 1-0.
You lot ruined my plan, and I cannot use a 3-1 score. I cannot use a 3-1 score today. It pains me to say. I can't, bro. I can't. I'm going to sit there and I'm actually going to say 2-2.
Oh.
I'm going to say 2-2. I can't.
Okay.
I don't know why it is. I just mentally, Ralph's got a tough job. Mentally, he's got a tough job. So for me, it's a 2-2 draw. So yeah, that's my prediction. 2-2. But guys,
James McManus, we're on the same page. Everything you said so far in this show and previous as well, I really like what you say. Really good stuff, man. This is it. On Monday found someone new to talk to. Everyone else has rejected me.
See,
but he's right.
But this is what I liked. He did it good because he said, you know, men only read the beginning and the end. So he's got Mengi in, he's seen it. Hannibal, which you know Mondays already fallen in love with, pushed the youth. At no stage has Monday seen Mcguire out.
I ignoring that. I'm ignoring that one. You know, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, don't they? You know? Thanks for
Mr. B,
identifying
this
that.
is for you. This is for you. I think it's because of the whole Lingard stuff, Messi Lingard.
No, it's because of his shirt today.
It's the shirt.
Mr. B was wearing Mr. B was wearing a West Ham shirt today. He tried to disguise it as old,
Tried to
the old,
disguise it.
the old, whatever they're called.
Oh, Fedorians, you're
That's
just
him.
as bad as Anthony. You're just as bad as Anthony.
Sorry, bro.
God. So yeah, but guys, we are going to be back tomorrow for the watch along. Talk will be here at 8. What about 10 to 8?
With
Talk
Mr. B.
tomorrow with
Yeah.
Mr. B. And I believe I should be back with the team later on in the afternoon. I think me and Monday is back in the morning, I think, as well. We're here tomorrow morning, so tune in. Yeah, we are, isn't it? And then we got this Friday night takeaway. We need to figure it out. 10
I'll
o'clock.
be ready for you at 10 o'clock. We want to talk all things Man United, transfers, gossip, everything Man United. So yeah, join us at 10 a.m.
Yep. So yep, and then also we got loads of show coming up as well. And Mr. B seems upset because the scoreline's not gone his way today, and plus he's wearing a West Ham shirt. So,
Do you want to
welcome
sing
to
us a
the
little
channel.
song, Mr. B? You know how it goes, don't you? Oh,
Yeah.
forever blowing bubbles.
No, don't sing. Oh, guys, from us, from the Man United agenda, we ain't singing nothing like that on the Man United agenda, mate. Seriously, let's not do this.
Yo, big up Natasha. Big up.
Yeah, big up, big up. Guys, thank you for
Later than
liking.
never.
Yeah, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Man United agenda. And we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning. Oh, big up as well. Big up, big up, big up. Thank you so
Hey,
much
Billy
as well,
George.
man. Big up, big up. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribe. And remember to leave your comments in below on the YouTube link. And also remember, if you want to take part in the prediction score prediction, let us know, guys. Thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye.